lesson, not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
Yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's Clutch. We back out with another video, man. Today's video, we got the best guard build on NBA 2K23. Now, I did just give you guys the best 6'9" guard build, but this isn't going to be a big tall guard. This is going to be a little small guard for my people that like to run small guards. This is definitely a good build for like rec center or threes. I definitely wouldn't recommend taking this build to twos because it is a 6'1". You're obviously not going to be able to play that good of defense because pretty much what you're going to run into on the twos is 6'8", 6'9", and 6'7". So 6'1" is just going to get bullied. So I'd recommend you play threes or fives with this kind of build. But we're going to make it a point guard, and this other stuff obviously doesn't matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to this other stuff, man, we are going to be making the build 6'1", like I said. If you guys didn't know by now, 6'1" is the best height for the guards just because you get the most attributes compared to any other height. Only other height that does come closest is 6'3", but at the end of the day, I think 6'1" is still better just because you get a lot better attributes. Like you could try and make this build like 6'2" or even 6'4" or something, and you'll notice you can't make the build the same because for some reason it just gives you more attributes as a 6'1". So we're gonna make it 6'1" minimum weight, and we're going 6'10" wingspan, which is max wingspan. And his body shape obviously doesn't matter. That is personal preference. Now moving on to the attributes, man, make sure you guys do copy it down just like this. So my 6'1" build is a little bit different. If you guys have seen other people have uploaded 6'1" builds, but they usually give it a higher three-pointer. Now I'm going to explain everything and why I chose to do things just like this. So we have a 50 close shot. That doesn't really matter for this type of build. 75 layup. That is the minimum I could go for that 95 ball handle. We do have an 86 dunk. Now here's the main thing right here. Now, unfortunately, you are a small guard, so all your good finishing badges are tier 3. The most you would be able to equip is 2, so you'd have to try to core posterizer or slithery because you're not coring limitless takeoff. Limitless takeoff is impossible to core. For some reason, it never gives you badge progress on this badge, so you won't be able to core this, but you definitely could core something like Slithery Finisher, and then you can run Limitless Takeoff on gold, because it does require 17 finishing badges, which you guys do have. And Limitless Takeoff on gold is definitely a really good badge. And plus, this build does get contact dunks. You're getting contact dunks on a 6'1". Now, they do have small contact dunks. I did check that out, but I seen for that, you have to have an 85 vertical, which, as you guys can see, I have a 75 vertical. I really don't think it's worth going up to 85 vertical on a point guard. You would just have to sacrifice too much. I did make a version that did get those small contact dunks. What you could do is you could just take your ball handle down to a 92, and then you can get that 85 vertical. But still, I really wouldn't recommend it. You're still getting pro contact dunks with this build and pretty good dunk packages. So I think that's enough. I think you sacrifice way too much for that 85 vertical. Like I said, on a point guard, it's not really worth it. Now moving on to the shooting, man, we have a 75 mid-range. That gives us another badge point, and then we have an 89 three-pointer. Now here's where my build stands out from other people. Most people usually go 92 three-pointer because they want that gold limitless range. Like you guys can see, it requires a 92 three-ball. Now don't get me wrong, that definitely is a very good badge to have, but honestly, if you watch most people play on a small guard, they don't really shoot from that deep, so I don't think you really need that badge. The reason why I went 89 is because you unlock gold Asian threes and gold blinders, but not really that. It's more of that gold Asian threes. Pretty much most people on a 6'1", all they do is fade. All you need is Asian threes on gold 89 three-pointer. And it's not even just for fading. This badge helps you shoot a lot better. Your standing shots, your stopping pops. I think Agent 3s is definitely a good badge. And Silver Limitless Range is good enough. If you put on Limitless Range Takeover, that's like having Gold Limitless Range right there. And if you put it on double, that's Hall of Fame Limitless Range. So I think Silver is more than enough. I think you're better off just going for that Gold Agent 3s. And since your three-pointer is lower, you can also put your ball handle higher like I did. You can put your driving dunk higher and get the contact dunk. So I think it's better to sacrifice that. 89 three-pointer is still more than enough to be able to shoot in this game consistently. Moving on to playmaking, man, we have a 75 pass accuracy. That's pretty much all you need to be able to throw pretty good passes in this game. That gives you LeBron James pass style. That's pretty much all you need, like I said. Now, we do have a 95 ball handle. The reason for that is because at 94, you get gold handles for days, as you can see. And at 95, you get Hall of Fame Pluckable. So this build is not getting ripped at all. Hall of Fame Pluckable is crazy on this game. And then you get gold handles for days. If you want to be ISOing and you want to be dribbling a lot, handles for days on gold will definitely help you to be able to do that. Those are definitely really good badges to have. And plus, you unlock all the dribble moves at 92 ball handle. I just gave you guys a 95 for the people that want to be able to dribble more. 95 ball handle is really good. Like I said, Hall of Fame Pluckable and gold handles for days are very key badges. I think you definitely need those badges. And you got an 80 speed with ball. Speed with ball doesn't really matter. It's more of your acceleration, but that's the minimum I could go with that 95 ball handle. Now moving on to defense and rebounding. Obviously, it's kind of surprised this build's a 6'1", but for some reason, this build still has the most badges in defense, which is kind of surprising. Now we do have an 86 Prim D, which gives you your gold challenger and your silver clamps. Now obviously, it's a 6'1". Your paint defense is definitely not going to be the best just because you're so small. But clamps, the reason here's another thing. I gave you guys silver clamps because as you guys see, you have Hall of Fame glove. We do have a 99 steel. You get Hall of Fame glove and Hall of Fame interceptor. Remember, we maxed our wingspan out, so with Hall of Fame interceptor, you'll be able to grab a lot of lanes with that. But to get those on-ball steals, you definitely do need silver clamps. So pretty much what you do is whenever you have clamps pretty much helps you bump them. And as soon as you get that bump animation, that's when you go for the steal. Now, if you don't have clamps, you won't get those bump animations. So I figure 86 is definitely a good threshold to hit. And plus, if you just want to play defense, like contest somebody's shot, you need a high perimeter. Because I have a 6'3" guard that has like a 50 perimeter. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, people get to shoot right over me just because my perimeter defense is so low. So 86 is definitely a good threshold to hit. And like I said, you have a 99 steal. Obviously, you're not going to be protecting the paint at all. But say you do get forced down low with a bigger player. You have a 99 steal. You're just going to spam X and hope you get a steal. With the 99 steal, it's definitely not hard to do. That is definitely your main form of defense. Either you want to force them into taking a bad shot with your perimeter defense and your silver clamps and pretty much bump them and try to get a steal. That's pretty much all you can do. But 99 steal is very good. I feel like on such a short build, so just since you're such a liability on defense, you definitely do want to have a 99 steal just so you can get those easy steals, because other than that, you're not really stopping anybody in the paint. You're just too small. So you definitely 100% want to have a 99 steal. Now moving on to the physicals, man, we do have a 75 speed. It's not the best, I won't lie to you, but with gym rat plus 4, that is a 79 speed, which is definitely good enough. Speed isn't really too much important in this game. Now our acceleration, it is an 89. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did want to get this to a 90, but for me to be able to get the 86 driving dunk and the 75 vert for the contact dunks, I did have to drop this down to 89. But 89 and 90 is not a big difference at all. If you do your Gatorade workouts or you get gym rat, that's a plus 4, so that's a 93 acceleration. I still think that's definitely more than enough. Most people usually just give it 90 acceleration. People said with the small guards that there's not really a difference anything above 90 acceleration, that's pretty much the same. So 89 is really not much different. It's just 1 point off. So I think you're good with that. Strength obviously doesn't matter for a point guard. Now we do have a 75 vertical. I gave you guys that 86 driving dunk. If you want to be able to get your contact dunks, you need a 75 vertical. And like I said, we could get small contact dunks because they do require an 86 dunk, but the only thing is they require an 85 vertical, which I feel like is just too high. Now, if you do want to get those contact dunks, I would say the only thing I would do is maybe take this ball handle and speed with ball down. Take the speed with ball down 3 and take the ball handle down to a 92. At 92, you still do unlock all the drill moves. The only thing is you lose your Hall of Fame pluckable and your gold handles for days, which if you're not going to be dribbling too much, I mean, you definitely could do that. That's up to you. That's your call. I personally didn't think it was worth it, so I left it at 95. But if you really want those small contact dunks, that would be pretty OP. Having that 85 vertical definitely would be very OP, but like I said, I don't really think it's worth it. 85 vertical, I mean, that's really for grabbing rebounds and for blocks, and obviously you're not doing that on a 6'1", so I don't think it's worth it personally. But like I said, if you want to drop that ball handle down to 92, go ahead. And then we have a 98 stamina. That's pretty good. That's pretty much 99. Now moving on to the takeovers, man, we do get shot creator, we get sharpshooter, playmaker, and lockdown. Now here's the thing, if you want to be able to play better defense, I probably would recommend you put lockdown on. It 100% will help you get a lot more steals too, just because you have extreme clamps right here, which will help you body them up more and bump them more. And whenever you get that bump animation, you go for the steal. Having lockdown takeover, it boosts your steal by plus 10, so that's pretty much like 109 steal, which is absolutely insane. You definitely could throw that on. It's really personal preference, up to you, but this is what I'm gonna go with personally. And here's what the build is called, man. As you guys see, this build similar to Allen Iverson, Damian Lillard, and De'Aaron Fox. Those are pretty solid comparisons right there. This is definitely like a similar AI type of build, and as you guys can see, it is called a two-way 3-point shot creator. But that's pretty much the end of the video, man. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys want to see any other build videos, please let me know down in the comment section below. Give me some ideas of what other builds you would like me to do. And let me know what you guys thought about this build in the comment section below. I've never seen anybody make a 6'1" like this. Pretty much everybody makes it with 80 driving dunk or 92 3-pointer. I definitely did make this build different, and I think it is definitely a very solid build. But that's pretty much the end of the video, man. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'm out.